Hi, this is David from the man cave. It really is a cave. But you can see, I'm making money. I'm making money. Criticizing the Mormons have made me a billionaire. Romney's millionaire is nothing. I'm the billionaire. You know, I wanted to thank so many of you. Now, there's a few of you that can go to hell. I don't care. But there are so many kind people who have said really kind things. One said, you should write a book. Well, I can't read. What good would it do? And half my audience can't read, so a book is going to go nowhere. And I don't think that the Deseret bookstore is going to stock my book. Some of you have just been more than kind, more than kind. And I appreciate that. To me, this started out as therapy, absolute therapy. Now, let me adjust my camera so you can see my body. Last time I did this, YouTube cut it off. Anyway, it's therapy. That's what I started doing these videos on. I was upset, angry, disillusioned, disappointed. Felt like I had been railroaded, felt like I'd been taken advantage of, and felt stupid. You know, I have a couple of master's degrees, and I felt that for me to be fooled into a cult couldn't be. Well, it happened, and it was there for 50 years, and I resigned. I had a cute comment from supposedly a 14-year-old girl. It was probably from a general authority pretending he was 14. Kind of like the CIA trying to capture me. I don't know. They'll never find me in this man cave. I'm like Obama. I mean, Osama. I'm the wrong color for Obama. He was hiding in a man cave, but they got his ass. So anyway, this cute little gal, I believe people until I find that they're liars. Then I hate them. So she said to me something about, well, you got excommunicated. That's why you're so angry. No, I'm not excommunicated. I'm resigned. I looked at the doctrines and the policies and the procedures of the Mormon Church and found that I didn't agree with them anymore. And I had been a temple worker and an elders quorum and a stake presidency and other places, and I just felt it wasn't for me. So anyway, I appreciate it. If a 14-year-old looked at me, I should have got her address for Joseph. He needs another 14-year-old wife. I didn't even think of it. I should have said, sweetheart, give me your address. I know Joseph Smith. And the angel with the flaming sword has been at my house too. God, what a crazy, crazy church. Then I had Packman. I can't think of his first name. He's been anti-Mormon for years and years. I'm not anti-Mormon. I'm just, you know, it's crazy. It's circus Mormon. I just tell the truth, and the truth will set you free. It did me. It did me. When I got the truth of the Mormon Church, I was set free. Well, anyway, Packman, I came up on another website somewhere. I'm sure it was a church website. And the person was critical of me. Well, he didn't know who I was because I crossed Packman on Recovery Mormonism on that website all the time. And my screen name there is Get Her Done. If you ever want to see anything I've said publicly again, you can go on Recovery Mormonism, do a search on Get Her Done, and I've got, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 comments that I've made in there. Well, anyway, he was crude and rude. I think he was thinking I was a Mormon, which I'm not. But anyway, Mr. Packman, screw you. I've always supported the guy. Whenever I've seen him publish and I've been on his website, he seems like a decent person. But to come out against me because I'm not factual, I'm not going to sit here and read to you people the Book of Mormon. That'll put everyone to sleep. Me first. I don't care. I don't care. My websites here and videos are on my experience. How can I be wrong on my experience? They're in my head. It's not like I have the Bible here, the Book of Mormon here, and I'm comparing that they don't match. Jesus. I don't care. Mormonism did not match my life. How can anybody debate that? Have I been excommunicated? No. Have I been involved in the sins and I've been on, the probation? And no, I've never had the church discipline. Never. I fired them. They didn't fire me. And, it wasn't because I wanted to smoke and drink and screw. Gee, I still don't smoke or drink or screw. Maybe I'm missing a big part of life. I'm not a Mormon anymore. Drinking puts me to sleep, and I'm afraid of getting a DUI in Utah. You might as well bend over and kiss your ass goodbye in Utah if you get a DUI. And I don't smoke because it gives me bad breath. Well, worse breath. It's not bad. It's worse. The worst. And I don't screw because I love my wife and I don't want to hurt her feelings. And I'm so old, fat, and ugly, no one will screw me. So I'm safe. I'm like a general authority. I can say to all you young people, don't you do those things because they're not a temptation to me anymore. So I love the comments. I've been away from recording because I'm doing a house remodel, and it's taking a lot of design time, and plumbers and electricians and drywall and bill collectors. Have to dodge them at the door. But anyway, I wanted to come on. There was one article, and I haven't done the research. I mean, I did it. You can believe me or don't believe me. Go on the internet and search it yourself. The Desert News is always catching the Mormon church with its panties or its garments down, whichever you want to say. They caught him lying again, and this time there was a national survey on the fastest growing churches in the United States. Well, the Mormons have tried to covet that accolade for years and years, and at one time I think maybe they were some of the fastest growing of an organization, but they're not anymore. They're going backwards. The Mormon Church doesn't have 14 million members. It's got about 4 or 5 active Mormon members, and 4 or 5 million Mormon members, and out of that, probably 1/3 have a temple recommend. So what a cult does, and I just can't understand why ordinary people, and I didn't see it, and I thought I was pretty ordinary. Most don't. Most think he's crazy. But when a cult needs verification, when you join a cult and nobody else does, you look kind of stupid. People say, you're in a cult, and you're a cult of one. And they go, no, I'm not in a cult. Look, nobody else is in either. But I am. So a cult requires new membership all the time, because the old cult members are going, see, I knew it was true, and now Jim and Mary and John, and see, it grows and grows, and before you know it, it's kind of like a feeding frenzy in the animal kingdom. Well, anyway, the Mormon Church reported falsely and lyingly that their growth rate was 45% from 2010 backwards, which 10 years from 2010. Must be 2000! 2000 to 2010 was 45%. Well, that's before the internet really hit, and the 45%, it's not true either. Here's how the Mormon Church plays with statistics, and it's funny that I catch it, and so does the Salt Lake Tribune. They caught it. And they were courteous. They didn't say they're lying bastards. I do, because it's my show. I can say they're lying bastards. They didn't have 45% increase from 2000 to 2010. Mitt Romney and the internet and the apostasy and shrinking of the Mormon Church probably started 2003, 4, or 5. And the resignations now are just in the hundreds of thousands. People don't want their name mentioned with the Mormon Church. Well, here's and here's what's funny. BYU, the Mormon University, taught me statistics, and they always said, you can see shit, and we're going to teach you how. And they did, and I do. So here's how the Mormon Church told everybody that they were growing at 45%. Growth rate. Now, if you have one member in Brassville, Kentucky, and you actually convert his brother or his 8-year-old son becomes baptized, the Mormon statistic is there's 100% increase in Battville, Kentucky, which is next door to the other town. So, see, statistically, that doesn't hold. What you've got to do statistically is run all the numbers across and then run your percentages kind of backwards. Well, the Mormon Church, they just have to lie. They just have to try to verify to their members that joining a cult was a good thing. Everybody's in the cult. And it's not true. Most people are not in the cult, and most of us have left the cult. We're not excommunicated. We're not disciplined. We are just smart. Just read the history and the policies and get the hell out. So when the Mormon Church reports statistics, you might as well go ahead and put on your blind glasses, because whatever the numbers that roll out of those statistics, they're not going to be true. And so they're 100% in Bonesville. Bonesville is next to those other two towns because someone got baptized. They had 0 in Bonesville. Now they have 1. Hey, there's a 100% increase. That's a true statistic. But it's not a true statistic for the growing general of the Mormon Church. So they lied, they cheated, they stole. In other words, they're just themselves. And the Salt Lake Tribune caught their ass. And the Salt Lake Tribune also caught their ass years ago. I don't remember if I told you. That the Mormon Church keeps members on the roll till they're 135 years old. 50 years after most of us die, we're still Mormons. And then they baptize us in the temple, and we're still Mormons. So anyway, to keep their statistics propped up because they're going so far and so quickly backwards, people that they can't find, they assume that they're 135 years old and they're still members. And then after that, the Mormon Church says, well, maybe they died. Jeez, these people, they're so funny. It's like a damn circus. So anyway, the other thing that they did just in the last 5 years, the Mormon Church now counts babies as members. Now, there's not formal members until they're 8 years old. The Mormon Church used to not count babies. Well, now they do, because that pushes their numbers back up. And so they're doing everything, including lying, to try to have the congregations believe they're the fastest growing church in the world. They're not. I think the Lutherans and the Seventh-day Adventists have passed Mormonism, and actually Muslim conversions are passing Mormons too. So anyway, the top 15 kings and queens up there, Boyd K. Packer, I think, is a queen. I don't know. Who puts that seatbelt on him? I wouldn't want to do it. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that their numbers are not true. They're not correct. Anyone with basic statistics knows that 1 added to 1 is 2. It's not 100%. It's only to Monson. Some of these people, I don't know where they got their education, but I know where they're getting their payroll and their salaries. And so that's the numbers that they report, so that those payrolls and those insurance policies and those perks all keep rolling in. But you can see, I got them. There's my safe. Now, you don't know how much is in there, and you don't know where the man cave is. So I feel protected. Even the Danites can't get me here. So enjoy yourself. Let me do my construction. The Mormon Church has really quieted down. I think they sent a letter out to everybody that says, shut your damn mouth. We're such idiots, and the internet catches us every time we're idiotic. Don't be idiotic anymore. Well, Mormons can't help that. I think most of them were born idiotic. Thanks.